Hey Diamondz, my name is Sic'NIs, which is an acronym that stands for Succeeding in Impossible Circumstances Needs Intellectual Strength. I make music, I make content, I mentor, I'm into tech, and I also love traveling, especially solo. This evening, I'll be sharing with you some of the things I have learnt traveling solo to over 14 countries. So get what you need to get right, and we can get right into the proceedings this evening.
I love this.
So I literally just wanted to jump on primarily because in the last video, elephant in the room, say no more, and also because of the audio, but more specifically because if you know me from my musical world, you may be thinking, what is a switch? However, I've had so many adventures. I have so much content and so much experiences to share with you guys. And I've been listening. You guys are like, Sicky, you never really let us in. So can you tell us some stories? So here we go. What better way than combining two of the things I love most, music and travel, in order to get acquainted with y'all? So, Diamondz, as I mentioned, I make music, and through music, I have been blessed with some of the most amazing opportunities. And it's actually how my solo travel experience actually began. In fact,
Yo, it's the method man for sure. It's the method. You man, not your left. Yo, let's set it off. Get it off, like it off, like it yeah. You wanna break food? Got me back. Now I'm changed. And put team in the game. I'll take aim.
how epic is that, guys? Yes, that is the legend Ghostface Killer. Of the amazing Wu-Tang Clan. My favourite hip-hop band of all time. Still to this day, that is he.
Oh, I love you. Come here,
killed
boo.
that shit.
Hey, come here, baby. Come here, baby.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. That shit is crazy. Oh, man. Yo,
She make
make
that
some
shit.
noise for this young lady
Yeah,
right
she
here,
make-
please.
Hey,
She came and crashed that shit.
crashed.
She went bazine on it. Hell yeah. All right, yo, y'all can chill right there. But
Yeah.
let's carry on.
So I travelled with one of my besties to Switzerland to see Ghostface Killer perform. And as you saw, ended up on stage, shut it down. And from there, I was blessed with the opportunity to go on tour with Ghostface I think we visited 9 countries the first time round and multiple cities within that country.
Break food, got me back. There's no change. They put a shame in the game. I take aim. I blow a nigga out the frame. I got pain. But I want it forever. Niggas cross it over, but they don't know no better. But I do. True, and I got enough respect due to the 1-6. I mean, oh, yo, check out the flow like a Hudson and a PCP. When I'm dusting, niggas off because I'm hot like sauce. The smoke from the chemical make me.
It was an absolutely fantastic experience, guys. It was absolutely amazing. I was doing what I love. Life-changing, embedded in my memory vividly until this day. I have immense gratitude and love for Ghostface Killer for, giving me such an opportunity.
That's my
Give her a
baby
little
right here.
compliment,
My baby
though.
right here. She always put that work in that night. You know what I mean? We get on that stage, she do her 1-2.
Look at the smile.
You know what I mean? It's all good. Love is love. You know, I love her. My baby right here. Well,
That sparked my whole can't keep stillism. Yes, I have revisited many of those countries since, solo, by myself, as well as being booked in my own right as an artist in places like Bucharest.
People sincerely, what they don't know that the root is. Culture smudging all this is conducive to a middle finger up and telling all of us to screw in. Yeah.
Gothenburg in Sweden.
So, Gothenburg, I'm here. I've just finished the speed meetings and I'm waiting to sound check. I'm gonna stag off them, da-dum, da-dum, stag off them, da-dum, da-dum, Ocean and tonight, 9.
Stand up down, da-dum, da-dum, stand up down, da-dum, da-dum.
So many, there's just so many adventures I've been on.
International Captain Convention. I brought a dotty with me. Cause what? It ain't no fun. If the homies can't get it. It ain't no fun. If the homies can't get it.
So one of the first things I've learned from traveling solo is that it cultivates trust. Trust in yourself, trust in God, trust in the world. If you're into manifesting, meditating, creating and owning your own destiny, you will really appreciate how incredibly freeing traveling solo is. I believe the good energy you put out there comes back to you tenfold. And I'm also an empath. I always meet like-minded people and I'm always fine. The good energy always comes back. Which leads me to the second thing that I've learned while solo traveling. People are inherently good. There are more good people than there are bad in the world, for the most part. At least that's been my experience. And I have met some outrageous... I remember being in Barcelona, going back to when I was on tour with Ghostface. And at this point, I wasn't traveling with the crew and Ghost and that. I was making my way around Europe at this point. So I was in the station in Barcelona feeling like, what do I do next, really? Because I had gotten a one-way ticket to Stockholm and just thought, well, you know, this is too good to pass. There's no way I'm missing this. I'm getting there. So I just thought I'm going to just write this out for as long as possible, as long as I could. And take it from there. So I'm sat in the station in Barcelona thinking, what do I do? Do I head back to the UK now? Or do I continue on the journey and, you know, see how far I could go? I didn't think it was over for me yet then at that point. So I'm sat in the station and I met this Spanish guy and he could barely speak any English. He was, you know, an older man. He could barely speak any English. Like my Spanish is... I'm okay with the Spanish. However, his accent was so thick. I could barely understand him and he spoke really fast. Extremely quickly. So for the most part, we communicated via Google Translate and he was so inspired by my story. He was like, no, you have got to continue on. You have got to go to Madrid. It's easy. I'm a bus driver. You could take a bus. And he bought me the ticket for my journey from Barcelona to Madrid. The journey was about at least 12 hours, Diamondz. The journey was at least 12 hours long. And he bought my ticket, he bought me food, we chatted via Google Translate all the way, he shared his cigarettes with me, and then he took me all the way to the club, the next leg of the tour, and I was like, no, I need to sort out a hotel. I haven't got my things sorted yet. He was like, no, your friends will look after you. Go to your friends. So he took me all the way to the club. And the only only bad experience I've had abroad. I'm like, I don't even want to hear the name of that country ever again in my entire life, is Prague. Oh yeah, there was Brussels when the woman thought I was having an affair with her man. But that's another story for another time and another day. And that brings me on to the third lesson I've learned whilst travelling by myself. And that is, I would not be 14 countries deep if I'd waited for the right companion, the right amount of money, the right location, the right time. The right time is now. Why are we waiting? For the most part, guys, it's cheaper. The way I see it, it can be cheaper than going out for a splurge on a night out in a city. The way I see it, for less than the price of a cab, I could be in another country, sunseat and cocktails galore. Like, what more? What more incentive do you need? The fourth lesson I've learned whilst solo traveling is, going back to the first lesson when I was speaking about trust, it really helps to clear my mind. It helps me to focus. If I'm ever stuck, with a decision or thing, traveling full stop just helps to open my mind, open my senses, get the juices flowing, and help me to figure out what it is I really, really want or should be doing. When I'm stressed, I'm far less productive. If I, need to figure things out, traveling is actually, it works wonders for me personally. So for my birthday a couple of weeks ago, I decided to head to Ibiza to just to switch off. I really, really had to switch off, guys. I'm about to graduate from university. Dissertations are due.
Melanin on fleek, he said he liked my accent and the way I...
So I needed to switch off Diamondz and not think about anything, not a course, not a project, not a dissertation, not a dictionary, not appendices, nothing. So I headed to Ibiza and it was absolutely amazing. I was just able to explore the island. It was absolutely magical and my ancestors were most definitely with me.
Christopher Colombo,
If you haven't yet, do check out my Ibiza blog. I'll put it in that corner there. No, that one. If I was a rich girl, see, I have the money in the world. If I was a wealthy girl. Check it out for 3 mistakes and not to make when you're traveling by yourself. And you would think I know all of these, considering I'm 14 countries in. I also give you some extra tips in there, some bonus tips, and you get to follow me around the island. It was absolutely divine.
Melanin on fleek, he said he liked my accent and the way I speak. They say now, hey Vicky, are you half Chinese? Cause I've been on some bum ass weed. Mega horn, this loud as bars nice.
When I say it was absolutely divine, the very first day was absolutely beautiful. The weather was glorious, the sky was blue. And then immediately after that, the weather changed and it became a bit... I was like, look at this, the day I'm supposed to leave, the sun comes out and it's glorious, way in the 20s, and it's blue skies and sun. Imagine that. Like, what am I going to do now? So I'm like, oh my gosh, God, look at that. I mean, I really, really want to stay and just like that, all your PayPal birthday presents started coming in. So guys, I ended up extending for another 4 days and 3 days, and it was absolutely magical. So the last lesson I'll share with you this evening that I've learnt while solo traveling, even though there are many, many more, is this. Going back to lesson 1, it really fosters this sense of trust within myself, and it makes me believe and understand that I am an excellent decision maker. I've had the most beautiful time, met the most beautiful people, ate the most beautiful food, drank the most beautiful wine, witnessed the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets. And knowing that I can make those decisions and navigate safely and securely in another country allows me to move with more confidence in my everyday life. Back in the UK or wherever I may be. I've done budget, I've done hostels, I've done a little bit of luxury. When I graduate, I'm trying the Caymans, the Maldives, all of that good stuff. Diamondz, I can honestly say there's nothing like it. You have got to try it for yourselves. Let me know in the comments. Actually, I'm assuming that you haven't traveled solo. Let me know in the comments where you've been to solo or where you will go to solo, or let me know what's holding you back. I might be able to give you some words of encouragement. I guarantee I can encourage you into doing what's right. I guarantee I can encourage you to do what's right. I guarantee I can encourage you to do what's right for you. So thank you guys for tuning in this evening. If you are still here, please do subscribe and switch on the notifications, and also give the video a like, please. I'll be back same time next week with a new upload, and until then, peace, love and sickness.